Hey guys, what's going on today? Welcome back to episode number 2 of Colonial Charter Mod with the Bayou starting conditions. I'm your host, Dalsu, and I'm actually from Louisiana. I'm sorry I didn't ride in on an alligator. You may be asking yourself, Dalsu, you don't sound like you're from Louisiana. Well, that's kind of, offensive to me. I mean, would you say that to an Asian person? Would you say, you don't sound like you're from China? No, you wouldn't, so don't say it to me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not actually triggered, but like most of Louisiana's population, I'm not actually Cajun, so there you go. You learn something every day. If it makes you feel better, if it makes you sort of happy to feel, like I'm Cajun, then go ahead and pretend. I encourage that. If it makes you hit the subscribe button, I'll be a fucking Eskimo. I don't care. So anyway, we are playing Banished, and it's about that time to sort of keep working on food, I think. I'm probably going to go with a gatherer's hut next, is what I'm thinking. I like that we have fish coming in. I'd like to sort of get more houses. Building your population is paramount at this point in the game, and we still only have 12. At least 12 workers, right? We do have 8 kids that are going to help us out, but if we wish to expand, we're going to need more backs to sort of carry our stone and work in the mines and all that kind of stuff. We are not necessarily a benevolent god. Alright, so a house or two first, probably. And then moving from that into a gatherer's hut. I think that is a pretty good plan. I'm also going to continue to fill in this square. I know it looks sort of ugly right now. I was just playing around with it, but then I realized that you can't necessarily delete it. There might be a way, which I'll, play with off camera and see if I can figure out how to change it around and redecorate, but for right now, it looks kind of stupid. So, and I hate how it's a little bit offset to the mouse. I don't know why that is. It'd be nice if you could also click and drag a big section instead of having to click a bunch. But what do I know? I'm quite the novice when it comes to actually programming games, so I don't know how difficult something like that would be. Doesn't seem like it would be that difficult. But these people are doing God's work for free, so I really should not ever complain. Alright, there we go. It's fully done now. It looks kinda shitty, but meh. Whatever. Alright, let's go forth here with another house or two. So where are we going to put our houses? People are always saying how ugly my housing units are, because I tend to build these like big government housing blocks of banished housing, so let's try not to do that. I imagine in a real sort of settlement like this, there'd be a road going into the square, and then, sort of houses coming off the road. So let's work on that. Now comes the decision of what we want to use. I think we're going to use Moss Road for this playthrough, because, well, first of all, we have stone already. We can't very well use brick, because we haven't even gotten close to brick manufacturing yet. But Moss Road seems to fit sort of with Bayou conditions. So let's go with a road going 12 units that way. That's going to cost 12 units of stone. We've got 70. And yeah, have I closed another menu? I'm always forever closing the menus. Which one did I close? Not that one. This one. Yeah, okay. No more closing menus, Dalsu. We're going to just focus here. Alright, so what kind of houses do I want? Do I want to put houses out on the water? That's another thing I can do. I believe that this is the main river, actually. So that's going to be where we put our traders, right? It goes all the way, I assume, throughout the whole map. You usually have one good river, and that's where the traders come through, so probably somewhere in here we'll be putting our trading posts. Now, we have to make an important decision. Do we want to stick with the dock housing? I think we do, because I'm really going for just looks over content in this particular playthrough. So it may be possible that we, can't make the houses quite as nice as we could if we were going with just like the regular Colonial Charter housing. But I really like the idea of keeping it, aesthetically together as possible and unified. So how does this look? That looks alright, actually. Let's do it that way. Alright, so we're going to need 2 builders. Get in there and grab us a new house. And once that's done, we'll go with the gatherer. Meanwhile, we have all these laborers that are not really being used. Let's collect a bit of stone. We'll do like that and that. Grab some stone for me. How are we doing food-wise? Fish is replacing rice as the staple. We could also build a rice field out here in the water, which we will do. But our main limitation at the moment is going to be population. It's always population in the beginning that sort of holds you back. But I'm not too worried. Once we get a few of these houses sprouting up, things will be better off, I think. We do have 12 children now. One of the tips that people have given me over the past playthroughs is that you want to have at least half as many children or young adults as you have laborers. That ensures that you're going to be continuously growing and that you're not going to get into what we call a death spiral, which is where you lose all your laborers, and the fact that you don't have laborers means you run out of some key survival component and then you die more because of that. And so, yeah. Man, it's hot today, huh? Well, I shouldn't be surprised. I'm in New Orleans, and it's hotter than that, I think. It's really the humidity that makes it feel so goddamn miserable. Alright, so we're almost done with that house. We can start thinking about the gatherer now. It's gonna be far away. One of the things that sucks about building something far away is that you don't get much work done. So, like, what happens is, you assign someone to be a gatherer, and they'll start walking over here towards the gathering hut. But they'll get about 90% of the way, and then they'll say, oh, I'm hungry, or oh, I need clothing, or oh, I need a tool. And they'll walk their asses all the way back, they'll get the food, and it'll just kind of not be very efficient. So I'm thinking maybe to start out with a gatherer, like, here. Even though that's going to majorly cramp our any kind of northern expansion that we want to make. But we can always, what I do is delete it and just, you know, go back to it later. There's also not a lot of forest here. Mostly because I cleared some of it. But I think that's what we're going to do. Alright, let's see. Let's sort of get it at least away from the buildings. It's got plenty of land. We'll probably do a forester right next to her, realistically. At least for a while. And then we'll just, you know, expand mostly to the south for the time being. When we get ready to go back up north, we'll just do it. We'll delete it and put something else there. Okay. I think it would be nice to have a little road connecting the square to the fishery. I'll do that. Okay, that looks kind of nice, or will look kind of nice. Now, we've given our builders a lot to deal with. It looks like we've gotten that stone cleared away. We're at 84, which is better than we were. Let's grab a few more logs then. Not too many. I like the way it looks with the forest encroaching, but, you know, practical over aesthetic is it's kind of a real concern sometimes, so. Those look quite cool. What is that? That doesn't look like a plant that I've ever seen in the bayou. In my 3 or 4 times actually going out to the bayou. It's not like we all live in the bayou. In fact, the bayou is not a very nice place to hang out. There's big mosquitoes, there's alligators, there's no internet, it's horrible. But the people are nice, at least. If a little bit rustic, perhaps. I was talking to a Cajun guy the other day. He said he tried sushi for the first time. He'd never had sushi. And he said he put it in the fucking microwave. He ordered some sushi to go, and then he brought it home and put it in his fridge for like 6 hours, and then When he got ready to eat it, he stuck it in the microwave, and he was like, "Man, that's just nasty." I was like, "Yeah, it's nasty, all right, buddy." I love sushi, but I wasn't about to explain to this guy that you don't put sushi in the microwave. He might start thinking I'm a big city, hoity-toity, talking down to him type. We don't want to do that. Anyway, anecdotes aside, let's see how our gather's getting on here. Gatherer requires 4. So it might be a bit of an issue because we only have 5 free people right now. Of course, we're going to have those 3 back. Like we've moved in here with a 17-year-old and a 0-year-old. Sort of strange bedfellows there, but we'll see what happens. I think firewood is going to become a concern. In fact, and we have 50 firewood. We need a firewood chopper. That's sort of essential, although it's not cold enough to really hurt too badly if we run out of firewood. I want my people to be comfortable. We can't do anything until this is done, I think. We're still at 12-12. You know, I will be speeding the game up, by the way. I know some of you are like, come on, speed the game up. I like to play games slow. If that's not what you're into, then, you know, I understand. But personally, I like playing games on slow speed because my mind is just not fast enough to like deal with all the things that come up quickly, and, you know, chew the fat with you guys and play well at the same time. It's just too much. So I like to keep it on slow and have, like, you know, sort of relaxing time with it. And this game is very relaxing, especially after you get over the initial hurdles of just your basic survival. It really is quite relaxing. There's not a lot of sort of stress involved like there is with a game like I was playing recently, which is XCOM, which I would like lay awake in bed at night thinking about how I was gonna, you know, succeed in and then eventually fail anyway. But I'll digress on that. Alright, so I like the idea of maybe one more house before we get our fire chopper. Of course, the fact that we're gonna have to put 4 of these guys in here, we don't have to put 4, but we probably will. I don't like half-assing these buildings and stuff. We have plenty of storage space left. Our rice is kind of running out. These chickens, are they producing eggs, or what's happening exactly? They're not in a pen or anything like that. So it's kind of a little bit weird. I don't know if I like that tile in the square. Looks a bit weird. But it doesn't seem to be, you know, wanting to be replaced. Sandstone? Oh, it worked. I like that better, don't you guys? It looks more... Oh, great. It's going to be like half in and half out. Is that what you're telling me? I'll worry about it later. Right now, let's go ahead and stock our gatherer's hut. There we go. And that leaves us with 5 people. Is that right? So we must have gained 1. Yeah, we did gain 1. Somebody grew up. Congratulations. Now you gotta work your ass off until you die. So, wood chopper, or probably a house first. Part of my strategy in Banished is just to, like, constantly be spamming houses. Not spamming, but like between every other thing that I do, I like to build a house. All right, we're gonna go with the dock house again, I guess. Always evading me, these menus. Dock shanty. All right, that's what we want, and it's like it's kind of appropriate right there. There we go. Although that does kind of cut into our. That's as far north as we're gonna go. Plenty of logs for that. We could use a couple more. Why don't we steal these? Get rid of the stone as well. I don't want to just knock down a bunch of trees. I like the way they look. Add a little bit of beauty to the beautiful town square here with its blinking pixels. Somebody's having a rave down there. So we're gathering stuff, and our new house is rising, which is going to make us a little low on logs. We don't seem to be running out of firewood that quickly. And our 6 laborers should probably be doing a bit more chopping, I think. Oops. We don't want to chop near this guy's domain, so it'll probably be these trees that need to go. Just do a straight up remove resources from there. That'll keep them busy for a while. How many fish do we have now? 624. That little fishery is badass. Here, wow. 1,200 this season. It's because he's in the middle of the water. He can really stretch out there. Okay, so sorry for all the cuts here, but this situation was bugging me, so I went ahead and figured out how to do it. You have to actually click on the tile. Let me just show you for those of you who are trying to do this yourself and getting frustrated. Say I put down a stone square there, and there's no button, there's no tool in this menu to delete it. You actually have to click on it, and then click the little trash can. I don't know why that was so hard for me to figure out, but joy. Anyway, so I don't know what we'll do with this square, but I'm probably going to leave it for now because I'm tired of messing with it. Just want to move on. We have gotten a few more laborers. We're up to 15 now. So we've got 2 people assigned to builders, but they're not building anything right now. We have 4 fishermen and 4 gatherers. Although, where are they on this menu? There they are. Okay. So that's fine. We need a woodcutter. We got this second house just now. Cornell does not have a husband. He's 11. It's probably a little bit premature. Start thinking about that. Cornell. Alright, so where's the woodcutter going to go? That's the question. You go in this little kind of corner here. That might work out. He's going to be under refined resources, right? This is a smaller, less formal one, because we all know that this one is super formal. You have to wear a tie just to get in the front door. Kind of like the idea of giving him a little space to himself. I don't have to do anything in tight little blocks, you know. We want to make the most use of our space, but I'm probably going to do houses, like up in here. So this is about the width or the length of a woodcutter. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Put them right there. That'll leave us some space for some houses. Boom. Alright, so they're going to have to cut down all those trees, which would be nice. It'll afford us some kind of free logs. Should be really, really great. That looks much better just empty, doesn't it? I'm fine with that. How are we doing? Are we producing? Ginger, blueberries, mushrooms, onions. Wow. So we are good, I think. And it's about that time to start thinking about other things besides food. Like firewood, for example. Our rice reserves have dwindled, however, we are not going to run out of food with what we've got here. We've only got, you know, 25 mouths to feed or whatever. So it's not super crucial, I think. It's late winter, we're not even cold. We are going to have to hire, I think, at least 1 wood chopper, right? Which is fine, since we have 5 free people. I guess this will probably be the end of the video here. Yeah, we're going to hire 1. Do we do 2? Let's just do 1 for now. And yeah, we'll set the fuel limit to a little bit higher. We should probably give him his own stockpile, but this stockpile is only 65% full. We need more stone. We'll probably assign some people to stone. But we'll wait for the next episode for that. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry about the little difficulty with the town square here. You know, I can't be perfect all the time. and I had to edit out a few times where I kind of sort of complained about it a bit too vociferously when all you had to do was click it and delete it. I felt kind of dumb. But that's the magic of editing. You can make yourself seem smart. So, cheers. I hope you guys will like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.